Hey, it's Leaf here. I wanted to go over cutting out the sheet metal for the front. As you can see, the front turbo panel fits in really nicely here. And then the trick to perform is to not take this lower leading edge here of the flare down to here, because that's an erroneous installation. It has to actually be elevated here. And then what you do is then you only cut your front fender down to this point here, and then obviously this is going to be sticking, this is protruding out here on the flare, and then this sheet metal is back here approximately 3 inches, and then you get a level and then make a scribe on the paint about 3 inches behind this, and then finally cut that and then pull it out, and you'll see that it merges up really nicely here. So where it was very flat, I tacked it, and then this left a little bit of remaining sheet metal here that I next have to cut. Not really cut, but rather shape. So bend this, but you can see a little bit as I bend this way. Here's the edge of the flare here, and this is kind of pointing forward, and then the edge of the new flare is right here. And if I want to meet up this sheet metal, as I push in here, you can see that it merges up really nicely about right there. You can see how nice. I'm torquing in quite a bit. So I'll weld that there, and then I'll just shape, but you actually really luck out when you make this cut. Again, I just wanted to make this quick video to inform users and readers on the proper way of installing the front turbo 930 turbo fender flares on an early 911 912. This is a 68 912. How to do it correctly, and how to take the top of your flare only to about this point right here, and then cut. The trick is to cut leave this intact, and then cut that, make a cut on your body, your old body. That is, when you're working, this original body is 3 inches in here. Actually, all of it is, but the last cut you make is from this corner here, trying to focus, from this corner here, there, then tack these. This is all very flush, and then just continue, and then shape this with your hammer and dolly, and then roll this, and use your vice grips here to just lock everything together. And it should work, it should come together pretty nicely. I just wanted to make this preliminary video on a temporary basis before I welded anything up and finalize these seams. I'm not going to really weld in here, but because I'm going to do the hammer and dolly work and get this all sorted out. So I think it's going to work out pretty nicely. And then obviously the lip of the front, it happens to be a 1973. It's called a 1973 2.8 RSR bumper. That comes in here nicely because that was really fitted up, and you get some play here with your bumper to move plus minus about an inch. So it should all merge up together once I get this sheet steel all done. But this is the correct way to, it's really the only way, the real way on a long nose car for how to install your front turbo fender flare. Lastly, recall, if this was a short hood Porsche, for which you wouldn't have a horn grill here, you wouldn't have a turn signal here, you wouldn't have this sheet metal coming down here, this would be gone. But rather, on a short hood, you have the bumper sticking out right here, and then this line continues here, and then it's one just solid rubber monstrosity bumper. But on a long hood, you have obviously your turn signal and your horn grills over here, turn signals, and then this lip, which is cut. But even so, I've still seen on some short hood installations for 930 turbo Fender flares, I've still seen the fabricator leave the original leading edge up above this lower edge of the IROC. So you wouldn't even, if you had a short hood Porsche, you still wouldn't take this leading edge of the turbo flare and bring it down right here and then weld in. You'd probably still need to cut that. You know, Porsche gurus can tell really quickly whether or not you botched a 930 turbo Fender flare installation in the front. So I really did my homework to look this up, and this is how it's all sorting out. So there you go, the correct way to install a front 930 turbo Fender flare on a Longhood early 912 or 911.